Hello everybody out there. Is the audio okay? Let's just do a check on that. I've been hit by multiple technical problems this evening, so I thought I would like to hear if the audio is fine. Just reply in the chat if the audio is loud and clear. All right. So the reason for this live stream is that I'm preparing to do a class lection on Skillshare, and I need to practice, and I need to make a Final Cut tutorial there. I've decided to do that. So I will use these live streams to practice a little bit, to get better at educating and using Final Cut as an editing platform. And for those of you that don't know Skillshare, then this is basically a teaching platform. Let me just go there. Let's see here. So you can see this is Skillshare. And let me just go to the front page. Skillshare, that's a pretty nice platform. It's basically Netflix for education. You pay a flat rate, I think, for $12 a month. And then you can view all the classes that you want. And there is some really premium quality content here, because the content creators are not allowed to advertise, basically. So you will get the clean condensed content on the Skillshare platform. And I actually did a trial course here. Let me just show you. If I go in here. If you remember way back, or a little while back, I made a tutorial about how you could use your iPhone to make cinematic video. Your iPhone for free. After you have completed. So I created a course based on that, and that was basically a trial to test out the platform. And this is how it works when you have paid, or if you don't have paid, of course. Then basically the introduction, that would be free, and then you can view all the remaining sessions down here. That you get access to these after you have paid the fee. So this is how Skillshare works, and I want to give this a try. I think I can teach some of the stuff that I spent a lot of time behind the computer doing for YouTube to others that wants to learn that. What else can I say about Skillshare? I think I can give away like a free trial. So if you want to go and check it out yourself, there is a link in the description below. And if you follow that link, you will get a free 2-month premium access, so you can see all the great content that's in there. And it's not only my course, it's there's a lot of other good stuff in there as well. I find it very interesting, so I'm looking forward to do that, and I thought I could take you guys along on the journey while I'm doing the individual lessons for this. So this is sort of the purpose behind this, and this also might answer your question why I want to delete these episodes afterward, and that is because they can't be public on the YouTube website the same as they're offered as a Skillshare class. So let's jump back to Final Cut, because the topic of this lesson that we're going to practice today is to color correct and color grade a single clip in Final Cut Pro 10. So let's just jump to Final Cut like this. So this is the Final Cut interface, and I've created a project here. So now I will just go through some of the footage that I recorded this summer during my trip to Portugal, and find a nice clip that will be suited for grading. So let's just go down here and see. This is a place where we lived during our summer holiday. We lived here somewhere. And also I want to say, if there's something that is not clear during this video, then please feel free to add those questions or comments in the chat, and I will get back and revisit those. But I won't interrupt while I'm color grading the clip. I won't interrupt to read the chat. So, but just put them in there, and then when I've done the color grading, then or the color correction, then I will go back and visit if there's any questions. The same goes if there's something you can't really follow along, or if it goes too fast or it goes too slow. I really like that feedback. Instead of just punching the dislike button, only if you do it twice, that's okay. But instead of punching the dislike button, then if you decide to do that, then at least drop a comment below the video or in the chat what it is that you don't like. This is just a way for me to practice and improve my skills of teaching the Final Cut. So, okay, so let's jump in here and let's just put this one on hold here. So let's jump into Final Cut. So there's some nice clips here that we can pick. See, this was such a nice place, and this footage is recorded in the morning. It's recorded with a Mavic 2 Pro, and it's recorded in D-Log M, so it's a relative flat color profile. So let's just go, let's see, what do we have? We have a nice clip here. Let's just play that just for the sake of it. To see, there's these nice houses in the background. So that's a nice clip. Let's just do like that. And select a part of this clip we can use for this tutorial. I will just press the shortcut E, and then the clip will jump. The selected range that we have here will jump directly into the timeline. So I'll press E on the keyboard, like that. So now I have my clip here in the timeline. And as you can see, the sun was almost about to rise here, or maybe it had risen a little bit above the horizon. And but because I'm shooting in the D-Log M format, it's a very flat color profile. So let's try and see what we can do about that. The first thing that I want to do is I want to enable this the video scopes under this view tab up over here. So if I do that, I will get this chart. And this is basically a representation of the colors of the pixel, or the brightness of the pixels inside the clip. So if it goes to 100, that's pure white. If it goes to 0, then it's black. So anything that is above 100 or below 0, that's basically information that is being clipped away and is being lost in the footage. So we should try to have our footage stay within these two boundaries. I can just show you as an example what happens if we change this. To do that, I will go under the color tab here in the inspector. This part of Final Cut is called the inspector. And with this triangle up here, I get access to the color part of the software, where I can adjust the exposure, the saturation, and the color of each individual clip. So if I just pick exposure, you can see if I push this upwards, I will push all the colors, or all the pixels, so it's getting then I will push it so the picture gets really bright, and you can see what happens if when it starts clipping. So if I do this, you can see it of course gets really white, but what you can see up here is that we start to lose information up here. And the level is a bit higher than 100, but as a good rule of thumb, you should stay within 100. So let's try to push it the other way. You see the same happens if you go down here to the dark area. You will start to lose information. So let's try and roughly adjust the clip here. So we maximize the clip within 0 and 100. So I try to take the shadows a little bit down like that. And I push the highlights up a little bit like that. You need to keep out for these small details here, because if you push those too far up, those will be basically blown out. And this will probably be details on the ships or the houses that you won't be able to see anymore. So now we have done the rough adjustment of the clip. Then, because it's a clip that has been recorded in the D-Log M, we want to bring that to a known color space. And in this case, it's the Rec 709. And to be able to do that, DJI has developed a LUT that if you apply that LUT to the footage, it will automatically get to that color space. And if I just go to, I want to show you where you get this LUT. And let's switch to Google here. And then you just go to the DJI website. And the cool part is this is absolutely free. We just need to go to Mavic 2. We have to go under download. And then you have this LUT available here. It's DLogM to Rec 709. You simply just download that zip file and then you unzip it. And then you would, let's see if I can do it basically. Like that. And then if I show in Finder, let's see if it pops over here so you can actually see it. No, you can't see it because of the way I've arranged it, but the file basically creates a cube file, and once you have that down there, I will show you how you get it into the software. But it needs to go a little bit the other way around because I need to show you how to apply it first. So let's assume you have downloaded it and you have learned how to put it into Final Cut. I will show you how just in a second. So what we need to do is here, we need to go down here to the plugin tab. And then we need to write down here, oh, you can't see anything because I'm not back to Final Cut. Okay, so let's repeat that step. You need to go down here in the lower right corner under the plugins. And down here you need to write LUT, because then you will get access to this plugin that is a custom LUT applicator, or what you can say. So we just take this one and drop it onto the top of the clip. Once that's onto the top of the clip, I can highlight the clip. And when I go under the camera scroll here in the inspector, there's a new option available called Custom LUT. And in here I can select basically the LUT that I was downloading from the DJI website. If I hadn't installed it, then I had to go to this, choose Custom LUT, and simply browse to downloads, and then I have it here. This is the one we downloaded from the DJI website, but I already did install it, so I won't install it again. So if I take away the video scopes, so we get a little better view here, and try to apply this LUT that we downloaded, then you would see that the colors instantly change on the footage. So going from a pretty dull and pretty flat format, now the colors really pop in this image. And now it's basically a standard Rec 709 color space. And because I was there when it was shot, I can say that this is more or less like it actually looked when I was down there shooting it. And once you apply the LUT, you go back to where you can adjust the exposure, because the LUT actually changes the exposure level as well. So let's just go there and then enable the video scope so we can see what's going on, to see if any of the information have been lost. So we might bump this up a little bit, the shadows and the highlights, we're gonna pull those down a little bit. Then we can adjust the midtones so we get like a nice pleasant view. So this is the base color correction of the footage basically. Of course, if you have shot with the well, how can I say it in a good way? This will work if you have selected the right white balance, if you have shot in D-Log with your drone. Of course, if you are having difficulties, if that you have selected sunny while it was overcast, and or you maybe have selected fluorescent or any of the other color profiles on the drone that doesn't match the actual situation, you will have a different scenario. You can't get to the neutral Rec 709 color space. So, but in this case, we are there and it looks pretty good. Maybe we can do this. I don't know. Oh, that we can't do. Okay. I just need to check out what works and what doesn't work here. So now we have done the pace color grading, color correction of the clip. I keep saying color grading and color correction. The difference between correction and grading is that the correction is basically what you start by doing to make the colors look right. After that, on top of this, you can apply a color grading that will give it a certain look. So let's say that we want to go for the look that's being used in what is it called, the Transformer movie. That's orange teal look that everybody is trying to emulate. The way to do that is to put on another custom LUT like this from the plugin menu, and then go back to the inspector. And now you would see there's actually two custom LUT options. There's the one where we did the correction from the D-Log M onto the Rec 709. And then I can add another LUT on top of this. And let's just move the video scopes just so we can see what's going on here. And for that purpose, I actually bought a LUT from DJI Mavic that is can apply the orange teal look. There are LUTs like this available free on the internet, but I really like the stuff that DJI Mavic is doing. So I've decided to support him by buying this LUT off his website. So it was $10 or $15 for that one. So it's a bit, it's a pricey LUT, but I consider it as a support for him. So, and if I apply that orange teal thingy LUT, then you will see that the color space changes. So it's the orange and the teal colors in the picture will be dominant. So in this way, now you get the orange teal look. And again, we need to go back and revisit the video scopes to make sure that the colors aren't pushed too far, or the exposure is pushed too far. And as you can see now, we have a problem that we are basically being clipped a little bit in the top and the bottom. So we need to readjust that going into the inspector under the color board. And we will now raise the shadows a bit like that, and we will take down the highlights a bit like that, and make sure that this looks pretty nice. So now we have converted our clip into the orange teal look. Again, let's remove the video scopes so we can see what's going on. You can also play the clip just to make it a little bit more exciting. So if I go back here now, you can see the differences. So let's just play it again here. So let's just, then I can take away the two LUTs that we applied like that. This is how the raw footage looked like. This is what it looks like when we do the Rec 709 correction. And this is how it looks when we apply the orange teal look. What do you actually think about this orange teal look? Do you like that? Do you like footage graded like that? So this is the exercise. This is how you can color correct and color grade a single clip in Final Cut Pro. So let's see. Is there any questions for this lesson? It doesn't seem, I must have been doing an excellent job. There's not many questions. Maybe none of you is actually using Final Cut, so maybe that will explain why. So, okay, so if, yeah, I will sign off for now. And thank you for watching, and I hope you liked this video. If you did, then feel free to give it a like. If you didn't like it, feel free to press the dislike button twice. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next one.